I'm taking a strap. I'm strapped up.
What's happening? What was that about?
Let's make the fight happen. We strapped the fuck up.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 261 of the Strap Season podcast. I'm your boy Kam.
I'm the boy Flowz.
And as always, guys, you know the drill by now. My usual housekeeping message, please can you head over to our Instagram page, which is Strap Season Pod, or our Twitter page, which is Strap Season Podcast. Actually, no, the Twitter is Strap Season Pod, Instagram Strap Season Podcast. There's a link in the bio on both of those pages. We'll take you to where we're situated at streaming-wise. So if you like audio, please make sure you head over to that page and you see all the audio links like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and so on and so forth. And if visuals is your thing, please head over to the YouTube link, which is also there as well, guys. Make sure you do that for us, guys. Much appreciated. Flowz, trust you're good?
Yeah, I'm good, bro. Good?
Good. Yeah, man, I'm good. Something tells me you're looking forward to this one. I definitely am a little bit. Cool. We have a breakdown pod, a review pod, to be honest. Obviously, the couple of days that just went, on Saturday night, we will treat it to, I guess, another good Riyadh season card. Over in Saudi Arabia, this was the card headlined by Dillian Whyte versus Moses Itauma. But I feel like Flowz, before we get to the main event, let's start from the ground up, because I think obviously one of your favorite fighters was one of the early fights on the card in David Adeleye versus Hrgovic. Flowz, we actually haven't discussed this at all. I trust you watched the fight.
Yeah.
Cool. One of the sentiments in the pod last week, we basically said that the matchmaking was off. We felt like it was too early for Adeleye. Way too early, way too soon for him. You don't go from a Jamie TKV to a, experienced game and on the cusp of a world title opportunity, Hrgovic. But we knew David Adeleye at least will make a good go of it. Flowz, how do you think he fared?
Honest review, I think we were spotted. It was too early for him. Look, I know him and his camp are very impressed with their performance. I'm not as impressed. I'll be real. I'm not as impressed. I think, there was a golfing class that we highlighted. The golf was there. He gave a good go, but I don't think that go was. It's similar to how Yard was super pleased with Kovalev, and he even then he done better than David Adeleye did in my eyes.
Bro,
so yeah.
Thank you. Literally, I watched it and saying to my bro, this fight is just giving me Kovalev versus Yard vibes.
Yeah.
The exact same thing happened. The exact same script.
Yeah.
The exact same script. Everything was literally Kovalev versus Yard, right? So yeah, let me interrupt. Keep going, because you're spot on.
That's my view. Look, Kovalev, Hrgovic won damn near every round, and
won every round.
Again, it's basically what we said. This guy just isn't busy enough. He doesn't let his hands go. He landed a shot early, which cut Hrgovic, and he was trying to spam that same move. Well, he didn't even spam it. He was trying to use that same move because he wasn't spamming anything really. And then, we get to that brilliant round 8, which was brilliant. I wouldn't take that away from both fighters. But for me, Hrgovic won, and I know his camp seemed super pleased with it. I wasn't as pleased with that performance, but I'm hoping he's going to learn from that. That's what I can say. I'm hoping he's going to learn, and he can identify the golfing class and starts to work on things in the camp. I don't know, what were your thoughts?
Bro, it's echoing the same things. Obviously, this is something we picked out perfectly, down to a T. My ad, down to a T, not to be to our own horns.
Yeah.
Everything we said down to a T came to pass. David Adeleye, too raw, not ready. He's gone from British level, struggling at an unknown British level. How can you go to fight Hrgovic, who is very, very seasoned, amateur pedigree, world level pedigree, all that kind of stuff. And we said simply and the fact is, stylistically, it's all wrong for David Adeleye. Hrgovic, we've seen, struggles against guys who throw punches, volume punches. Because he himself is also a volume puncher. Hrgovic throws. He throws them bitches, boy. So David Adeleye, the way he fights, which I'm going to get onto, by the way, as well, because I think it's all wrong. But the way he fights, it's just not going to get Hrgovic. It's not going to trouble him enough. Yes, we know he has the power. And we know that if he lands that left hook, it can be trouble for his opponent. But he's going to need to land it a lot, and set up his work a lot. And Adeleye just doesn't do that. This current version of Adeleye just doesn't do that. So it was a mismatch from the get-go. As you said, Flo, I think I gave every single round to Hrgovic. Even the round, which Adeleye probably won, had his best success, he lost officially because he got dropped that round. So that his best round, he still lost. It was still a 10-8 round to Hrgovic. Bro, it was... You could see the levels from early. And unfortunately, that's how it is. Yes, the cut was early, as we said. It was from a great shot. I think it was a jab, actually. Really good jab. Both fighters started quite fast. And to be fair to Adeleye, he actually tried to start pretty quick. But we've seen that Adeleye a few times now, Flowz. He doesn't really have the engine. And this was, I think, his first 10-rounder as well. First time he's gone 10 rounds. So it's just, you kind of knew the inevitable was going to happen. Hrgovic gets cut a lot. I think his last couple of fights, he's had the same cut. But it's sort of Adeleye to sort of press on that and to really go for it on that side of things with the cut. He kind of retreated and allowed Hrgovic to bully him, push him against the ropes, and just really get his work off and get his volume off, which was a bit mad, to be honest. I also think that, Flowz, I mentioned how I think stylistically Adeleye doesn't fight correctly. I think we've mentioned it before. He tries to be this slick shoulder roll counter puncher, right, bro? And I just don't think that works for him. I really don't. I really think that Adeleye should be someone that looks to try and, I guess, bully his opponents and almost walk him down. And just because obviously he's got a lot of power, as we know, he's quite athletic as well. But for some reason, he's content to try and, chill on the ropes, roll punches, try and be a counter puncher, try and be a slickster in there. And I just don't think he's got the footwork, the IQ to do that currently. So I'm not too sure what they're planning to do with him and how they're training him, but I just don't think I don't think it's gonna be the best for him now. We've seen him try and be the slick counter puncher in there against someone like Woodley, who isn't much of a boxer. And we saw how that went for him, bro. But it didn't go well for him. So yeah, man, I think he fights all wrong for someone of his skill set. But hey, who am I? I'm not a trainer, right? Who am I to say how he should fight? Yeah, so I just think Adeleye fights all wrong for someone of his skill set. And boy, should we talk about round 8, Flowz?
Yeah.
In terms of what happened, I think we've got to. I'll let you explain it because he's your guy, and I know you like it when he does these kind of things. Go.
Let's get right to the talking point, or my talking point. David Adeleye kills me. This is why he's top 3 funniest boxers in the game. He gets caught, was it with a jab, a good jab? I think it was, maybe. And he he does his customary, as you might say, his customary stick out his tongue, join.
By the way, just got in. He was sticking his tongue out, for I think I counted about 6-7 times in that fight, where he was sticking his tongue out after getting caught.
Customary. That's why we have to call it customary. He's sticking out his tongue. Gets
Hilarious
caught.
Guy.
Does he stick out his tongue? Going in, Hrgovic, not even 3 seconds later, he touches the canvas. Gets caught again. Big shot, right hand, top of the head.
Flowz, you missed out the best bit. Oh, what? In terms of he getting caught
Yeah.
Before he went down, got caught.
yeah. Start shout. Beats the count. Shouts. Yeah. Crazy. Yeah. That whole little segment, hilarious. And sums up David Adeleye.
What hits harder? The David Adeleye stick the tongue out, or the Edgar Berlanga? What's harder, bro?
I'm going to give it to the Berlanga.
Facts.
Because that one is, like you say, reflex. It doesn't matter if he's hurt, not hurt, out of it. Him doing it lying on his back. Because to be fair to David Adeleye, when he's touched the canvas and done the tongue out, I don't think he's been as hurt as
Berlanga legit did it on his back. As in, I don't think Berlanga was even fully conscious, bro. And he was doing it.
Yeah. So, but you know what? I will say to them, shout out to them, man, because certain man won't stick out their tongue or beat their gloves. They'll stay on their knee. They'll stay on their knee. Look at their corner and not beat the count.
Flowz.
So
Flowz, we're not doing that today.
We're laughing at these men who have pride and ego, but sometimes it's what's needed because they get up. So shout out to them, man. Other fighters don't have that in them. But yes. But look, it's further to that point. David Adeleye gets up and he has his best period of the whole fight in that same round. I'll let you explain that flowing because it was crazy.
Bro, even me, I was gassed. Because you've been getting the brakes beat off this entire fight. And you have now touched the canvas on top of that. So and by the way, Adelaye's left hook, you could see, was troubling Hrgovic for that entire fight.
Yeah.
So he's got up now, obviously done the tongue out, like, come on, let's go. Sort of lured Hrgovic into like close quarters, and he's whipped that left hook, and instantly, you can see Hrgovic taking a step back and he's hurt. So David Adeleye, by the way, I don't think his legs are fully here yet back, by the way. I don't think they're fully back. He's sort of rocking and wobbling a little bit. He's tired. He then just tries to launch into a flurry, and Hrgovic ties him up. And what we see Adeleye did very, very well here. He was able to turn Hrgovic. So then Hrgovic was sort of back against the ropes. And that's given Adeleye space to work. And boy, bro, did he work. I think this was the most punches he threw in that fight, in that round.
Yep. He
launched into a 6, 7, 8 punch combo, which for Adeleye is an oxymoron. So far in his career, Adeleye thrown 8 punch combo is an oxymoron. That doesn't happen. And he's rocking Hrgovic back and forth. Yeah. Credit to Hrgovic because he showed a hell of a chin. But Adelaye's exploded. And at that moment, like I said, it was very, very reminiscent of Yard versus Kovalev, Tunde shot MC the Tank, blah, blah. It was literally very reminiscent of that. And Adeleye went for it. And as he should have. And another night, bro, he could have been successful because there was one final punch in that combination, bro. The big left. Just missed.
Just missed.
I kid you not. If that had landed Flowz, because Hrgovic is really rocking backwards, if that had landed, it could have been curtains. I'll be so real. So, look, I'll gas for you, man. It was sick. It was good to see.
I honestly thought he was going to do it in that point. Then I watched it afterwards. So,
yeah.
But watching that, I was like, how the hell did Hrgovic survive that? Because looking at it, Hrgovic was almost ready to go. He was wobbling, crowds going crazy. Hrgovic obviously doing the right thing, tying up, trying to, but he was getting rocked. Yeah, fair play.
For sure, bro. Must say though, even at the end of that, obviously I knew he kind of emptied the tank. Hrgovic then sort of rallied close towards the end of the round as well. I think he landed a really good body shot that hurt Adeleye. Adeleye sort of walked back to his corner, sort of trudged back to his corner, but it was a cracking round because you had everything. You had showboating gone wrong, KD. Yeah, showboating gone wrong, KD, and then obviously the underdog has had his big moment. and the favorite is now rocking and rolling and struggling. And then he's come back towards the end a little bit. Had everything, bro. Definitely one of the heavyweight rounds of the year. But unfortunately, Flowz, normal service resumed after that round. And we're seeing Hrgovic throw even more punches. We've questioned Hrgovic's engine before, right? But I think the last 2 fights or so, he's kind of shown that the engine is a lot better than what it used to be. And he is a volume puncher, Hrgovic. He throws a lot of punches. He's heavy-handed. You can see why he's considered very difficult to beat. And at the end of the day, Flowz, like I said, I think I gave every round to Hrgovic. Adeleye had no business being in the ring with him. And he got shown levels. He got smoked. Let's keep it a buck. So, yeah, it is what it is. I'm not even like, I know you said you're quite disappointed in his performance. I think his performance was what it was. He mustered everything he could have mustered because he was against a guy that he shouldn't have been with. Simple. So I'm not even like, I credit his heart. Yeah. And I think he should have hopefully learned from that fight and learned at the levels he needs to be at.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to go and state the performance or say it's an amazing performance. It was what he could manage against a guy who was way better than him. Simple.
Yeah. It was more in relation to his camp and himself. They seemed very pleased with that performance. They seemed like, oh, we always had him. Yeah, maybe. But you got out boxed for 10 rounds. It wasn't a performance that I've seen people in his camp clapping. Yes, it wasn't that. It's just 10-round boxing. You lost every round.
It wasn't that.
It wasn't that. You had a moment and you've talked up your power. And if I even want to be harsh, your power failed the test. If your power failed, knock out a horse. You said could knock out a horse. You were saying Hrgovic didn't even touch the canvas. You did. Yeah, so I'm still rooting for David Adeleye. I think he will learn from this one because there was that glimpse there was that window he had a shot to take
for sure,
and he can still bounce back. Look, we know his level as such, but I'm hoping he ascends that level some way somehow.
What are we saying? Adeleye, Fraser Clark, man. So I think it's time. Set it up.
Yeah.
Set it up. That's it. Or one rematch. I think he loses too, but if that happens, we'll come to it. But that's the level now. Back to British level, I think, because his last British level fight, he struggled. To give it a buck.
Yeah,
so
TKV.
TKV probably wants his rematch still. So, yeah, man. I think that Fraser Clark is a good opponent for him to aim for.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think Jamie TKV then a Johnny Fisher.
Yeah. Dave Allen?
Well, he seems to think that he's ahead of Dave Allen.
He's past he does. But
he's not.
And to be honest, now that he's fought Hrgovic, it's probably been even worse now. Yeah.
He seems to think he's past the Dave Allen, but he's not. I think that's Jamie TKV. If he wins that one, expect him to. Johnny Fisher, if he wins that one, Dave Allen. But I think that's the level he can work his way back because I think Fraser Clark's a bit more experienced. But then, yeah, Fraser Clark I'd like to see, but I just don't know if he wins.
Yeah, that's fair. I definitely would like to see Fraser. They've already got Needle as well, a little bit of back and forth. So
yeah,
currently I think Fraser wins, but I still think it'll be a cracking fight. So. If you can aim for a Fraser, I think that's good for him. Quick touch on Hrgovic. Impressed with his performance or not really impressed? What do you think next for him?
Yeah, done what he needed to do. It's funny he didn't rate Adeleye vocally. He didn't rate him. Said it's a walk in the park. And yeah, he almost done what he needed to do. I think he's not made a statement. I think a statement would have been stopping him because we've seen David Adeleye get stopped. But yeah, done what he needed to do.
I hear that. He's in the mix now at this point, right? I guess with the up and cut, like the next, there's now a bit of a list of guys that I think are next up to get a title shot at least. He's obviously behind the Edge Caballeros and Parkers and whatnot, but he's not far off, to be honest, bro. He's got wins, obviously, over Zhang, which we said was contentious, but it's still a win. Joe Joyce lost to Dubois, but pushed Dubois, to be fair. So, yeah, I don't think there's much out there really for him in terms of maybe just getting himself in position to be like a number one contender or final eliminator or something along those lines.
Who was he meant to fight? He wasn't meant to fight today. He was meant to fight someone else, no?
No, I remember it just being announced it was him and Adeleye. He was meant to fight. Well, no, he was a leg replacement for Joyce because it was meant to be Joyce Whyte. Remember? Yeah. I don't know if he was stated to fight anyone else before the Adeleye fight got made.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Well, yeah, it sounds like maybe someone would have pulled out because even now the matchmaking still doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
it seems like maybe something broke down early on in discussions or something. But yeah, look, Dubois rematch, they're for him. I'd like to see that because that was a great fight. He was piecing up Dubois. So yeah, I'd like to see him run that back. Wilder.
Flowz, this is a step. You can't name every single heavyweight opponent. You can't call for him to fight Wilder. You can't keep doing this, bro.
Wilder's always there. Wilder, wait.
You can't keep doing this, man.
Every top heavyweight, Wilder, you need to see them. Not even anyone.
Don't finish me.
Anyone. I need all these guys to get Wilder on their resume because he owes me.
That's
all the years of ducking. All them years ducking, he owes me. But yeah, there's stuff out there for Hrgovic.
For sure. Cool. Let's move on swiftly to we quickly touch upon Ray Ford, Abraham Nova. It was a close fight, Flowz, competitive, but I think routine-ish win for Mr. Ford. Expected him to win. He did the job against a tricky opponent, as we said before last week. I think naturally, right? I think it's got to be, hopefully, if they can make it, the Shock Foster fight, right? I think that's what he wants. That's what we want now. We want at this point. I don't know if that's what Shock wants, but hopefully they can get together, right?
Yeah, I think make it happen next. There's Needle. We're back and forth. And that's what we need.
Yeah.
And they're both talented.
Both very talented, for sure. Yeah. Nick Paul, Sam Goodman. Is it Sam? I think it's Sam Goodman. Is it Sam Goodman? Might be wrong.
Yeah. I think so. Yeah.
What do you make of this fight, Flowz? Because obviously we caught, I think, the sort of tail end of it. Went back and we watched the fight in full. Competitive fight, bro. Competitive fight. Clash of styles a little bit. Obviously, we know what Nick Paul's about. As I said, very, very entertaining British fighter. Aggressive. Likes to pressure. But can also box a bit when he needs to. And Goodman is quite a good boxer. Good footwork. So it was a really good clash of styles. And like I said, I thought the rounds were competitive. Halfway point, fairly even to me. But I think later on in the later rounds, I think Nick Paul started to, really showed just that added bit of quality, I guess, that he had over Sam. And even though Sam was still doing good work in there and catching ball, I just felt like the better shots, the more eye-catching stuff, and the more hurtful shots were coming from Nick Paul. I think we've mentioned in this pod, me and you, before, about how Nick Paul, uppercuts aside, he has really good punch selection. He knows how to pick his punches very, very well. And he picks the eye-catching shots for judges as well, which I guess makes him quite hard to beat, right, Flowz? Because he's always picking up those peach of the shots multiple times in rounds. And I just think that added quality sort of shone through towards the end. What are your thoughts on a good fight, competitive fight?
Yeah, I think Paul's always going to be in close fights when he's up against boxers. One, because of the dimensions. He's a bit shorter, stockier. So if you box and move against him, he has to overcome that with his style. And if you're good at doing it, obviously we've seen Ray Ford against him in a very close fight. Sam Goodman against him in a close fight. And also you've got to be aggressive as well. You can't just box and move. I think with Sam Goodman you've got to establish your jab and try and back him up as well. Ray Ford done that later on as well. So close fight, but with Ball, because he's explosive, throws good combinations, explosive shots, spams the uppercut. These are eye-catching shots. So you're going to take away, let's say you watch an exchange or back and forth. You're going to take more from that than maybe a jab straight that Goodman might land. Because Ball's going to come in, weave, boom, to the body, uppercut, boom, boom, boom. Start his combination with an uppercut, throw the right hand, back you up a bit. So it's just more eye-catching. And he's very entertaining to watch. He's an entertaining fights. So I know the scoring split people's opinions. Some had it close, some had it wider.
Yeah.
But I think it's, once again, what would you like to see? And how much you value in terms of what you're seeing, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, the scorecards were wide, I guess, from the judges, two of the judges, I think. And the commentary team had it a lot closer. I think some of them had it by like 1 round, for example, one or 2 rounds out. I think Ball was good value for the win overall. Probably had it a bit closer than the judges, but still had Ball winning by UD, to be honest. So yeah, man, good fight. And I wouldn't be surprised if the Goodman tries to lobby for a rematch there, because he did some good work in there, and he's a good fighter for sure. But just that add a bit of quality. He's a champion now. Ball. He's defended, I think, twice now. Yeah, man. I think he's doing well. I'd like to see him unify next. Now, I think it's time he unified. He's had 2 defenses. Time to unify. See where else he can go. But yeah, man, definitely one of the most exciting fighters in the UK today for sure. All right, man. Kept them waiting long enough, man. Flowz. We got to release some swans out, man. We got to, pay our final respects. He's been a stalwart of the heavyweight game. He's been a fine servant to British heavyweight boxing. Our guy, at some point, we were big. No one rooted for Dillian Whyte more on this pod than on this pod. I'm telling you that. I'm telling you for sure.
Yeah, we did.
Bro, we were Dillian Whyte fans. We gave up when people weren't giving him credit. We was giving him all the credit in the world. However, man, every dog has its day. Father time comes for everyone. You can't defeat Father time. And unfortunately, Flowz, you mentioned it on the pod last week that, boy, I don't think it'll happen, but at the same time, I can't shake that Dillian Whyte might get blown out of there in under 2 rounds by Moses Itauma. I said to myself, boy, Flowz, I don't want to say that. I don't think it's good. I thought to myself, nah, Whyte's strong, man. I think he's going to lose, but blown out in under 2? Nah. But Flowz, as the fight has continued to get closer and closer and closer, every passing day, I had a feeling. Yeah. I couldn't shake it. And I'm thinking back to previous performances, and I kept saying to myself, dog, Whyte has looked horrible for a long, long time. Hate to say it. We're fair on this pod. Whyte, to me, has looked awful for a long, long time. And then I think when you told me that stat of in 13 fights that Itauma's been a pro, or 12 fights, he's only fought twice? I said, yeah. So when fight night came, Flowz, just before the fight kicked off, the fight ran off, slapped a bet on for Itauma to get Whyte out of there in 1 round. I said, yeah, it's going to happen. I thought it's going to happen. And what transpired, bro, it wasn't nice to see, but it came to pass.
Yeah.
Sad times.
Yeah. Look, like I said, I said my fear is that will happen last week. And at the time, we were sitting there, even before, I was thinking, look, this guy's had some bad stoppages. Not many, but the Povetkin one, bad stoppage. AJ cooked him for that stoppage. The Tyson Fury one, boom, shot drops in. The punch resistance must be starting to fade after a few bad stoppages like that, because these are 2 one-shot pops really getting him out of it. And now you've had the layoff, you're way older, you're inactive. And we know Moses hits hard. He's more explosive than them people who were dropping you. And I'm thinking he's young, fresh. We've seen him get guys out of there crazy. And I was thinking he will be hearing all this talk about if he takes me late, he's gonna have a chance. So I'm thinking about Moses' mindset now. Once again, Whyte's slow, a bit sluggish, gonna try to dog him. Doesn't take shots well, in my opinion. Never has done. Always take shots terribly. Yeah, so as I was getting closer, we're sitting there and that inkling's getting stronger, both of us.
Dog.
That inkling's getting stronger. And yeah, I just couldn't see a world in which Whyte even won anymore. And I couldn't see a world where Moses don't treat him as it was getting closer. But yeah, it's still sad to see.
Yeah, man. I mean, look, from jump, I said Itauma was going to win. And a lot of people, I had people saying me, wow, you're surprised you pick Itauma. He's not experienced, this, that, has been tested. Dillian Whyte's been in much deeper waters than him. And so, yeah, logically, that all makes sense. I hear you. However, you know, as I said so many times in this pod, you know talent when you see it. And you know cooked when you see it. So, I don't want to be harsh, but you know, and I said to myself, Dillian's been cooked for a long time. And he's been inactive. Cooked and inactive is the two worst combinations for an old fighter. Two worst combinations. So from then, I said to myself, yeah, Itauma's definitely going to win. And you mentioned how Whyte doesn't take shots well. From the first bell, the first jab that Itauma landed, Whyte took that horribly. Stumbling back. Like he didn't really land, like he wasn't hurt, but he looked off balance from that jab alone. And I said, guys, look at the footwork, please, between the two of them. Who looks like the experienced one here? Because Itauma's footwork looks great. Whyte's footwork is looking all over the place, as usual. Obviously, we commented on the shape that Whyte came in. Best shape of his career. He definitely worked hard for this. But it's almost as if Flowz, his body betrayed him straight away. He looks great on the outside, but on the inside, the body betrayed him straight away. So when Moses decided to land his actually first decent flurry, and we're seeing Whyte stumble backwards against the ropes, I said, it's done. It's over. It's over already. At this point, he ain't even gone down, bro. But Moses has looked at him, gained confidence, and said, cool. Started throwing his hands again. And we know Moses has crazy speed. We know he's as you said, he's very explosive. Doesn't look the biggest, but he's clearly very strong. And like I said, the hand speed I knew Whyte's going to struggle with anyways. So when he's teeing off on him, bro, and we're seeing Whyte retreat into the ropes, cover up, no answer, it was done, man. It was done. I can't even remember which shot dropped him, but even the dropping was peak. He went down in stages. And then from there, it was over, man. It was a wrap. It was a wrap because Moses is a killer, as we've seen. He smelt blood like a shark does, and he went in for the kill, and he took Whyte to pieces. And the stoppage, bro, I have no complaints about the ref doing it. In fact, he could have been stopped earlier. When Whyte was chilling against the ropes and not throwing back, ref could have jumped in there, or Tower could have came in. Flowz, he got obliterated. To keep it a buck.
Yeah, from the first shot that landed, it was all she wrote. And when he landed that shot, Whyte's stumbling against the ropes, falling back against the ropes, losing balance, rocking, wobbling, and Whyte has ego. If let's say he's a bit hurt, he's gonna go crazy as well. But he couldn't. he physically couldn't. He made his name off a shot that landed on AJ, and that shot was when he was hurt. The shot that buzzed AJ that everyone talks about for ages. He was hurt and he throws. He goes wild when he's hurt. This one he's hurt and he couldn't throw. And when he tried to throw, he got caught and dropped. that's the shit. He wanted to throw, try and reply with something after taking a beating. And him just opening himself up for a second, got caught with two hot ones. Went down, and again, we've given props to people who show heart in his eye. He tried to get up too quickly. Whyte always does this. Always does this. I remember when early on in his career, I think AJ, he got up too quickly after the first knockdown. And then he fought Parker and he was like, I took a knee. And I wanted to show him a bit more experience and take a knee. He didn't take a knee, he got dropped.
Yeah.
he tried to pack his he took a knee and wanted to chase. But we've seen him get dropped since against Tyson Fury. Dropped, got up too quickly, stumbled, waved off. Same thing again today. Oh, this fight. Dropped, got up, stumbled, ref done the right thing.
Yeah.
Time to retire.
It's yeah. I mean, when you see a fighter physically can't do nothing, there's nothing he could have done in that moment. And I'm sure he wanted to, but the body's not letting you. That's when you know it's high time to call it a day. Flowz, is it for you? Call it a day then? No, you're not even call for the Wilder retirement package. You think you end it now?
I said last episode, if he gets blown out of there, he has to retire.
Yeah,
there's nothing.
Fair. Yeah,
I said it. I'm going to stick to my word. I said,
word.
I said, I fear it. I fear it might happen, or that's the worst thing that could happen, and it's happened. And yeah, that inkling grow, and here it's manifested. Look, retire because you're cooked at this point. Look,
yeah, sure.
We're Whyte fans, but we're going back to 2002 where he fought Franklin. I said it last episode. After that performance, he looked food because he lost.
Bro, the way we said, Whyte, it's not looking good, bro. It's not looking good.
To me, he lost. He got the gift, and then he's had a drug bag since. He's barely fought. Yeah, is what it is, man. Shame,
man, great career. And in another life, it would have gone differently for him. He would have got that Wilder fight. I was back in versus Wilder at the time, anyways. And he could have called himself champion. He would have had a nice fat unification with AJ for the second fight. Who knows? Or another day when he hit AJ with that crazy shot. Obviously, he popped his shoulder out doing that. Another day it could have gone for him, right? Flowz, we never know. But he still had a good career in my eyes. It's just, shame that he only got to challenge for the title once, and it should have been more than that. But that's not his fault. We know who was being protected in that situation. But yeah, know when it's time to go, and it definitely is time to go now. 100%, man. I can't justify seeing Dillian Whyte in a boxing ring again for the foreseeable future, man. I think that's it for him.
Yeah, it's done. He's, like you say, had a great career, especially given the context of how his career started. Probably made some good money, lost out on some good money as well with his decisions. It's a funny career, but I don't think it's a career anyone expected him to have. It could have gone a lot better, but at the same time, it could have never materialized as well. So, sad way to go out. And ultimately, it's a fight he should have never taken, man. I don't know why the hell he took Moses.
I was surprised as well.
Yeah. I remember, we said last episode, when he got rumored, I was like, there's no way in hell he's taking a high risk, no reward fight like this.
Yeah.
Because you lose, they're cooking you. When Okone's right there. Okone's right there for you. That would have been an easier touch. Or stylistically, a better
probably
fight
lost,
option.
But
yeah, probably.
Yeah,
but that would have been a scrap. More than that would have been a scrap.
Yeah,
this one you got was a cooking. I don't think that would have been a cooking. Yeah.
Well, we're talking about cooking. Let's talk about the chef at hand then, Mr. Itauma. Let's talk about Itauma, bro, because obviously you're still seeing some people say hype train still. What am I meant to rate someone beating that cook Dillian Whyte? Which we knew was going to come because he is cooked. There's no denying that. This man still hasn't been tested. He still hasn't been past a certain amount of rounds. Don't think he's been past 6 yet. Flowz, there's no denying. Like I said, we can wax lyrical about the talent. The talent is quite clear. It's quite evident.
Yeah.
I find myself in a very tricky position with Itauma now in terms of where he goes next because, as we said last pod, he's jumped crazy levels to fight Whyte now, which has kind of got him ahead of a lot of his peers at British level. in 13 fights already. Obviously, because he's so skilled, they can maneuver him quicker than normal because he's so skilled. We know that. And because he's so good. But where does that place him now in terms of opponents is tricky because the next step up or the conversations they're putting him with, the guys that they're putting him in conversations with, those are the guys. Those are the people, bro. The Caballeros, the Parkers, the Usyks, AJ. They've all been mentioned as potential opponents for the Itauma next. And I think that's ludicrous. That's crazy. Yeah. Like, no doubt he can hang, but why are you going to rush the kid already? He's only 20 years old. He's had 13 fights. But you also find it difficult to matchmake him because obviously he's blown past British level. He's clearly above those guys. Yeah. So where do we need to find like a nice middle ground for him? Top 10, top 15, have 2 more fights. I mentioned the winner of Dave Allen versus Makhmudov. I've also mentioned Big Baby Anderson, Big Baby Miller, Akoli, Woodley. Obviously, I don't think Woodley would be great, but I don't think it will happen because they both share the same trainer, I think. But yeah, that do you get my thinking with that logic in terms of finding maybe at least 2 more fights with that sort of crop before he then goes into that batch of, the Caballeros, the Usyks, Usyk's on his own island, but you know what I mean, that batch, the next batch up. Because it's still very early for him, man.
Yeah, I don't want him to rush him. I don't like the talks of top 5 contenders. This say names like Parker. No, like this. No one else is going to make the same mistake as Dillian Whyte. If you're in position, if you're in the top 10, there's no reason for you to fight Moses Itauma. No reason. No reason. And also, there's no reason for him to fight them. Yeah. At this stage, there's no rush.
What money is that going to bring for them?
Yeah. There's no rush, and even him being talked to Usyk is disrespectful, I think, to everyone who's had to grind or beat someone to really get there. Well, I like the names you've mentioned. But I think people are just outside the top 10 or maybe,
low top 10. Oh, Bacoli, I forgot as well. Bacoli, big good one as well.
Yeah, Bacoli. Even that, I still think is dangerous. I think he should fight people. Some of the old guards still. I think he should still get, because I don't want us to go down the road almost similar to AJ, where you step up and now you're fighting twice a year.
Yeah,
because you're a pay-per-view star or you're a big name and you're fighting top contenders. I still want him to be active. Yeah, because if you now fight a Bacoli or Caballero, your next fight is you're going to be like 2-3 a year, if that. Let's say he wins those, where he could still be rolling out 4 a year against who's Pulev or Michael Hunter or some of those names that we're familiar with who aren't really in the mix anymore. Yeah. Wilder. Joking out. But some of those names which is still experienced. Like, I don't mind the Dave Allen versus or the winner of Dave Allen, Makhmudov. I don't mind that so much, but ignore Caballero, ignore Parker, ignore Woodley's not really gonna happen. AJ, ignore all of that. Usyk, no. Zhang maybe, but no.
He's one fight away from a Zhang, I'd say, but yeah.
There's still options of names you can
choice.
Yeah. I think start clearing out some of these other names. Use that as an opportunity to gain experience. Let them say, "Oh, these people are cooks." You're 20. You're 20 years old. There's absolutely no rush.
We still said he's even got his full man strength yet. Still.
Yeah. Look.
Yeah, man.
I think you can get a whole year of another 4-5 fights. I still want to see him out again this year, in fact, for sure. And then keep doing that. If you step up too soon, not that he's not good of us too soon, then you're not learning anymore. You're fighting twice a year. So I think there's still a lot of names that you can still get out there, and then eventually build his name to like a Zhang, Chisora, Hrgovic, Bacoli. Then you can start messing with the big boys. But right now, take time. No rush.
Bro, that's it, man. Moses, take time. It's still time for you. Man. He's got ultimately just weigh out Usyk. Ultimately, just weigh out Usyk, man, because Flowz, I don't like what Turkey's doing.
Yeah.
I really don't like it. He's still banging on that drama of he's trying to make Usyk versus Itauma next year. Crazy talk from His Excellency. That's not a good look, man. And yeah, man, look, I think Itauma is the truth. He is the future. Once Usyk cuts, it should be his division because those other guys are also very old. I'm talking about AJ, Furies, they're all late 30s now. It's time to call. Yeah, so yeah, man, I think Itauma definitely is the truth, but he ain't got to be rushed. You ain't got to rush the truth, man. The truth comes naturally.
Where's Walling? That's food.
Yeah,
that's food. That's easy food.
Yeah.
Get him out of the way. That's another name.
Where's Brazil at?
Yeah, he's dead.
He's cooked.
Who else is there? Yeah, there's other names out there that I don't mind seeing them against. Go up a wallet, man. I could buy that.
No, I agree, man. I agree.
Frank Sanchez, I don't.
No, actually, yeah. I don't even know where Frank's at, but yeah.
I don't know where he's at. Look, there's names that you could creep up the rankings with. Who are
for
less,
sure.
Yeah.
But hats off, man. Did what you had to do. Yeah, man. We're locked into the journey, man, with Itauma. We're definitely locked in, bro. He is. Yeah. Let's hope that he carries on the path. And he seems so serious about it as well, bro. I don't think you'll catch him in A Jewelers buying bust downs and that too tough. He seems like he's really about this. So, yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
What are you laughing at?
Yeah. I'm laughing because we always say this. When we were building that British crop of heavyweights.
Oh. From job, we excluded Itauma. We said, he's not part of this crop because he's way better than them already. From jump. And this was when he was like 7 fights in.
Yeah.
I'll be so real.
We could see, like, when we talking about the crop that we weren't sure of. In fact, we already stated that we don't think they're going to make it to the top. That's the Wardleys, the Adeleyes, Clarks, Fisher. Yeah, there's a few other men in there as well.
Dakers maybe.
Dakers,
yeah. From a jump, bro, we said we don't rate these guys. We said these guys aren't it. Itauma, though, he is it, but he's separate.
Yeah,
and it's funny because it's good. We're going to prove it right. So yeah. But yeah, Flowz, I think we can call it a day there. I don't think you've got anything else for us to talk about boxing news wise.
Nah.
All right, man. Let's call it a day then. This has been episode 261 of SZN podcast. Once again, I'm your boy Kam.
I'm your boy Flowz.
And as always, you guys know to find us on the streaming platforms. Peace.
You taking a strap? I'm strapped up.
What was that about?
Let's make the fight happen. We strapped the fuck up.